Good morning, friends. Today we are going to learn about digital switching. As we all know, we are living in a digital era. Digital signal has its own advantage over analog signal. So, in telecom sector, digital switching is preferred over analog switching because of the following advantages. First, reduced cost for operating companies. As digital switch is 100 times cheaper than analog switch, it reduces the operating cost for any given telecom company. Lower maintenance. There are no moving mechanical parts in case of digital switch as a memory element is used. So it lowers the maintenance. Reduce floor space. As we all know, because of the VLSI technology, a large number of gates can be manufactured over a very small space. So to incorporate any digital switch, we require very small amount of space. Simplified expansion. Any gates or a memory element can be added or removed easily. So expansion is very simple in case of digital switch. Relative immunity to noise and interference. As we know, digital signal has it's inherent. It is immune to noise and interference. So incorporating digital switching is very simple. It is hassle free technology which helps a good voice quality compared to analog switching. Unlike analog channel, a digital channel need not to be linear, as we have to retrieve signal as it is with a less interference at the receiving end. Analog signal has to adopt more sophisticated technology, more hardware compared to digital switching. So uh, digital signals are preferred in case of voice communication, and it need not to be linear as we are dealing with zeros and ones in case of digital switching. Now, basically, if you see what are the basic types of digital switching, we can divide it into two parts. That is, one is a space division switching and the other is time division switching. Now, what is it, space division switching? As we know, we need to have a medium to transfer the message. So this medium is basically a space, that is a hardware which is used. So in case of space division switching, each connection is made over a different path in a space, and a dedicated path lasts for the entire duration. That is what the space which is available. So it is basically hardware which is if it comes once into use, it is maintained for a entire usage time for a specific user. That is a space division. And what is a time division switching? Each connection is made over the same path in a space, but at a different instance of time. So if you see, it is basically time sharing which is done in case among the number of users which are using time. So that is a time division switching. So it is basically, it improves the efficiency of the overall system. uh, that's what the advantage of time division switching. Now, how this space switch is incorporated? Space switch is basically, as I said, it is a hardware which is used. So it consists of a rectangle array of cross points. So actually, physically, you see the hardware is laid, and the incoming and outgoing lines are crossing each other, where we can connect them to establish a connection. So the switching matrix connects any one of the inlet to any one of the outlet. Now there are two basic configurations for this space switching. That is a square matrix, that is a two-sided. So as we know, for a voice communication we require two-way communication. That is source has to send signal as well as receive, and destination has to send as well as receive. So So it requires a two-way communication. Okay, and the second space switch is basically a triangular matrix where this I mean in case of square switch, if you see, we have two ways to establish a connection between inlet and outlet. So this is basically redundancy. I mean, if I have an inlet A and at the outlet we have A, so this A can be connected in two ways, as we have two different paths to connect them, because of as I said, it is a voice communication requires both way connectivity. So in case of triangular matrix, that redundancy is removed, so it is a folded. So if you see triangular matrix, it is a folded matrix, so which basically reduce the redundancy. But for voice communication, we require a square matrix, as we have to have both way communication. Now generally, if you see the how this space switching is indicated in a figure, you can see where the cross is marked. It shows that a particular inlet here, in this case is C, is connected to particular outlet, that is a G. So as it is marked cross, it is there it is showing a connectivity. Now what are these cross points? Cross points are basically there could be two different types of cross points. One is the electromechanical cross points and the other is the electrical cross points. So what is the electromechanical? Which has basically mini switches and reed relays which do exist for a connectivity, and they are going to incorporate. So it has make and break technology, whereas in case of electronic we have a bipolar transistors or a field effect transistors. So comparatively, electronic switching is faster in nature compared to electromechanical switches. Thank you.